My Line, brought to you by Kellogg's. Kellogg's Cereals. The best to you each morning from Kellogg's of Battle Creek. Now let's all play What's My Line? And now, live from New York, let's meet our What's My Line panel. First, the delightful star of stage and television, who opens in the Broadway show Chin Chin on April 22nd, Miss Arlene Francis.
And now, a gentleman you have all known and loved as Paladin, who is this fall going to appear in the Goodson-Todman dramatic series, The Dick Boone Show, scripted by Clifford Odets. What more could you ask except the man himself, Mr. Richard Boone.
Thank you, Arlene. For me, the high point of a beautiful and wonderful Easter Sunday is to introduce to you the lovely, talented Phyllis Newman.
And I would like to introduce our very own Easter Bunny, Mr. Random House Bennett, Cerf.
Here is our silver-tongued panel moderator, just back from Tilton School alumni meetings in Hartford and Lexington, Massachusetts, and busting out with school spirit and Easter spirit, John Charles Davis.
Well, that was nice of Bennett. I feel a little embarrassed because I have to issue the usual warnings to West Virginia, Indiana, Missouri, and Illinois. Get all the children in early at night. Bennett's coming this week. Going to make 7 speeches in 6 days. That ought to set that whole part of the country back by several... Well, I guess I shouldn't say anymore. Dick Boone, it's nice to see you on our panel, sir.
Thank you, John. Nice to be here.
And hope you have a thoroughly enjoyable half hour. We've got some very interesting occupations for
You've
Arlene.
never allowed me to have an enjoyable half hour when I came before. I don't know why I should expect anything different.
Well, we'll have some fun, and we'll also have a famous mystery guest before my friends on the panel a little bit later in the program, and we'll meet our first challenger. And now to meet our first contestant. Will you enter and sign in, please? Marilyn Goebel, right?
Miss or Mrs. Goebel?
Miss.
Miss Goebel. Where are you from?
Elizabeth, New Jersey.
Elizabeth, New Jersey.
Yes, sir.
Nice to have you with us. Some neighbors here that I'd like to present our panel. Now, would you join me over here? Do you know how we keep score, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Fine, and we'll let the audience at home and the audience in the theater know exactly what your line is. All right. Panel, we can tell you that Miss Goebel is salaried and deals in a product. And we'll begin the general questioning with Bennett Cerf.
Miss Goebel, may we eliminate George Goebel from our thoughts? You're not related to Lonesome George.
I'm afraid I have to say yes.
Well, we miss him. Hope you do, too. Miss Goebel, there was a certain amount of laughter on the part of the audience when they announced your product with which you're connected. Do you consider there's any cause for laughter in this product?
I would say some.
Really? Is it a product that is used by human beings?
Yes, sir.
Is it used by both sexes?
Yes, it is.
About equally by men and women?
Well, it's very hard to have the exact statistic. I would
But
think
it is
here.
used by both.
Beg pardon?
It is used by both sexes.
It is used by both sexes, and I would be inclined to say it perhaps is used more by one than the other, but I wouldn't want to certify to it, would you? No. So you go ahead, Bennett.
Miss Goebel, is this product consumable? Is it consumed?
Yes, it is.
Well, only in the sense, I think Mr. Cerf is asking it in the term of reference other than the one you have in mind. As with all matter, it could in time, be...
No, but I meant
useless.
either eaten or taken in liquid form.
No, that's 1 down and 9 to go, Miss Francis.
Is it a product that is nice to have?
Well, those who have it and use it, I think, believe
Like
it's
it.
nice to have. I must say, I always did.
May I rule out that it has anything to do with animals?
Yes.
Is it a product that might, if you had it and somebody came to see you, might they see it? Rather than have you hide it?
Well, I think that we can agree that if one had an interest and had one, that they would, on most occasions, like to display it, wouldn't you say so? There would be other occasions when they might put it away and tend to hide it, but they'd like to let you know that they have it. Let's put it that way.
Is it valuable?
No.
2 down and 8 to go. Dick Boone.
Is it something to wear?
Beg your pardon?
Is it
Where?
something to wear?
No, sir.
3 down and 7 to go. Miss Newman.
Thank you. Miss Goebel, if I lived in a 2-story house, I wish I did. No, would I have it in the downstairs part of the house?
You could.
Yes, you could. I could. Now, is any part of this thing cloth or material of some kind? No. No.
That's 4 down and 6 to go, Mr. Cerf.
Miss Goebel, is this a reasonably inexpensive product?
Yes.
Can you buy this product in an ordinary store?
Yes.
Would you find it in a department store?
Yes, sir.
If you went to a department store, would you have to go to some special department to get it?
Yes.
Would that department possibly be down in the basement or the ground floor?
This would depend entirely on the
How the
organization.
store was
Yeah,
located.
that's right.
I thought so. Is this product used in any way for improving people's appearance or health?
No, 5 down and 5 to go, Miss Francis.
Well, could it in any way affect the appearance?
I think we'd have to agree that if the product were used in a certain manner, it would tend to affect the appearance of...
Is it a product that is ever used on the person? Any person you might have in mind?
Well, I would say, yeah, I think it's safe to say that in that general sense that it's used on any person you might have in mind, yes.
Is it hard?
Yes.
Does it have any metal in it?
No.
6 down and 4 to go. Mr. Boone, you're not anywhere near it, so I'm going to give you another minute to see if you can come close.
Would you think it was terribly strange if I bought one for Arlene?
No.
You wouldn't?
I don't think it would be strange.
Well, I know him
Would
very
you?
well.
Well, I would say this, Dick. There's a possibility you might buy it for Arlene.
But I'd give it to Martin. Right?
Yeah, I think that's very likely. You'll give it to Mark.
Phyllis, I'm going to pass.
Now, could I hold this thing in my hand?
Yes.
Would I hold it in my hand?
Yes.
If I held it in my hand, is it smooth?
Reasonably, I would say.
If I held it in my hand and I walked out here, would people laugh then?
Well, for a moment, but sooner or later you get the upper hand.
Now, wait a minute. Could I do something with this thing to somebody else?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Would I touch another person with this thing?
No.
Any part of another person?
No. No. Seven, you want to take a shot, Bennett?
Well, yes. Might this be dangerous? Might this in any way be a weapon or something that could be used to hurt somebody?
Not to hurt anybody, but I
No.
think you're getting close. Actually, it's great fun because Miss Goebel tests water pistols.
Now, the thing that will frighten you is, I believe your company is the Park Plastic Company, Plastics Company in Linden. And you know how many they make a year? 7 million water pistols a year.
And my son has them all.
And your son has them all. But we also let them have a rather good time of it. And thank you very much. It was nice to have you with us. Hope you enjoyed it. Now to meet our second challenger, will you enter and sign in, please? A. Feldman. Right, sir? Where are you from?
New York.
From New York. Well, then I will merely say there is our panel, a lot of your neighbors, Dick Boone visiting from the far shore, but nice to have him with us. Will you join me over here? You know how we keep score, Mr. Feldman?
I think so.
All right, then we'll let the audience at home and the audience in the theater know exactly what your line is. All right. Panel, we can tell you that Mr. Feldman is salaried and deals in a service, and we'll begin the general questioning with Arlene Francis.
Is it a service I might use, Mr. Feldman?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it a service for which people go to you?
No.
That's 1 down and 9 to go, Mr. Boone.
Do men and women avail themselves of this service in equal numbers, or relatively equal numbers?
I would think so.
Yes.
Are they happier as a result of the service?
I would think if they had it and had reason to utilize it, that they would be very happy to have it, yes.
You mean if they had need for it?
If they had need.
Is a good part of your business conducted by mail?
No, sir.
2 down and 8 to go, Miss Newman.
Conducted by females from the lab.
Mr. Feldman, are you ever outdoors in your work?
Yes.
Do you do the main part of what you do in and out of places? In other words, are you both in sometimes and out sometimes? Or up and down or anything?
No.
You're never in and out?
No.
Well, I think there was an addendum, in and out, in a general sense, and then you said what? Or up and down? Since it's so broad, if with your permission, you go ahead with the questioning. We'll not necessarily try to answer it.
Now, this service, would children use this service?
I rather doubt it.
I don't think they could really use it. That's 3 down and 7 to go, Mr. Cerf.
Mr. Feldman, do you work for a non-profit making organization?
I hope not.
4 down
the wrong
and 6
way,
to go.
didn't I?
Miss Francis.
It seemed as though up and down was more important than in and out. Is it in his business, Mr. Feldman? Are you inclined to be more up and down than you are in and out?
If you put it that way, ma'am, I would say yes.
Are you ever off the ground when you're up?
Yes.
Does transportation have anything whatsoever to do with what you are interested in?
Yes.
Are you in a kind of vehicle yourself?
Yes.
And it takes off from the ground, does it?
Yes.
Out of doors rather than indoors?
We hope so.
Well, elevators are indoors, that's all I think. Do you have passengers?
No.
5 down and 5 to go, Mr. Boone.
No. He's a loner, isn't he?
Yes.
You fly a vehicle of some kind. You utilize a vehicle to get off the ground.
Yes.
Would you say it's an experimental vehicle?
Gosh, I hope not.
6 down and 4 to go, Miss Newman.
When you take this vehicle off the ground, am I right in assuming that you do something other than, besides fly? I mean, you fly it, but it also has another purpose?
Yes.
Now, is it possible that you could drop or spray or do something like that from your plane?
It's possible.
It is possible.
Now, all we're saying here is it's possible that this could be done, but this is equally true of anything that leaves the ground. You could spray or drop or, you know,
You want me to
jump
ask
out.
if he does, and then you'll say no, and I'll be finished. Do you ever spray or drop anything or fish from your plane?
Over she goes. 7 down and 3 to go, Mr. Cerf.
Mr. Feldman, is this a special kind of airborne vehicle that you operate, such as a helicopter?
Yes.
Is it a helicopter?
Yes.
Well, you fly a helicopter.
Yes, but now,
That's true. He is a licensed pilot of a helicopter, but
You said
what
you
is
do not
there's a
carry-
service still that...
You do not carry passengers, you said.
Right.
And you work for a profit-making organization.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know. Maybe he checks the traffic.
Phyllis Newman suggests that maybe you... Well, he said he worked for a non-profit... He worked for a profit-making organization.
Maybe.
Do you do
No
anything... Are you connected in any way with a television or radio station?
Yes.
Do you check on traffic for the television station?
right. Very good.
Actually, Mr. Feldman does this for WOR here in New York, and they started in 1962. How long have you been doing it?
Yes, sir, for 1 year now.
For 1 year. And he goes up, and I must say that it's a service that I utilize on the occasions when I'm driving from one place to another. As soon as I get in the range of New York, I go looking for you to find out.
It's great when you're stuck, hopelessly, to have him tell you traffic is very heavy on the Sawmill.
Just think, Mr. Cerf, there are always people behind you that aren't in there yet.
Yeah. That's actually, it saved me coming up from Washington or coming down, and as Bennett noted earlier, I was at Tilton school meetings, and coming down from Boston, I pick up the reports and then decide how I'll come in on which one of the main arteries. Then I get stuck anyway, but still it's nice to have the service. Thanks very much, Mr. Feldman. It's glad having you with us. We'll meet tonight's mystery guest in just a moment, but first, here is a word from us. And now the special feature of our program, the appearance of our mystery guest, for which my friends on the panel, as you all know, are blindfolded. Are the blindfolds all in place, panel?
Yes, sir.
Good. Will you enter mystery challenger and sign in, please? As you know, panel, one question at a time, in turn moving clockwise in this case. And let's begin with Dick Boone.
Are you currently appearing in the city of New York?
Yes. Si. Yes, that's French. Miss Spanish. I mean Italian. Miss Newman.
Are you in a Broadway show?
No.
1 down, 9 to go. Mr. Cerf.
Mama Italiana, no parlo English.
There's only one voice like that in all show business. Are you well known for one particular part of your physiognomy?
Oh, I know.
I didn't hear the answer.
You had something thrown at you, which you
Oh. I presume the answer is yes.
Yes.
Jimmy,
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, all together.
Jimmy
Durante!
Right.
You're too good.
When you asked that question, they just sailed right across the stage. They did everything they liked it.
Yes, this guy's a boy, Jimmy.
No.
is that the music you're going to sing to us tonight, Jimmy? That
That's
you
Helen
threw?
Trouble's music.
I was afraid we wouldn't really be able to puzzle them very long, because I guess everybody in New York and in show business always knows where Mr. Show Business is, and Jim is here in New York at the Copacabana now. I don't want to invade any private areas, Jim, but how long have you been in show business and active performing?
A little, around 50 years.
50 years. Isn't that wonderful? And you know, again, at the risk of embarrassing Jim a bit, one of the wonderful things about Jimmy Durante is that the people who started with him are still with him. Now, Ed Jackson is still, the old Jackson, Clayton, and Durante still with you, isn't he?
Yeah, Eddie is backstage
now.
now.
Is Ed here with you tonight? Oh, that's wonderful. How long has he been with you?
Oh, he started with me at the Alamo in Harlem, and he's with me about the same time that I've been in show business.
Nearly 50 years.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, I must say I was hoping we'd give them a lot more trouble than we did.
I was wishing you did. I had a lot planned.
Do it anyway.
Jim, would you like to say goodnight to Miss Calabash? Mrs. Calabash.
Really would. Good night, Mrs. Calabash, wherever you are.
Oh, what a blessing. Thanks so much, Jim. Wonderful to meet you. Well, I must say you've done rather well tonight, panel, and I will have to congratulate you. We'll be back with another contestant after this word from our alternate spot. And now a final contestant. Will you enter and sign in, please? Piero. Frescobaldi, right? It writes a long way. Where are you from, Mr. Frescobaldi?
From Florence.
From Florence in Italy. Nice to have you with us. May I present our panel, Frescobaldi? Will you join me over here, please, sir? Coming from Florence, I have to ask you, do you know how we keep score?
How we keep?
Keep score on them. Every time you can give a no answer to the panel, you'll flip it over. All right, then we'll let the audience here and the audience at home know exactly what your line is. All right. Panel, Mr. Frescobaldi is self-employed and deals in a product. And we'll begin the general questioning with Phyllis Newman.
Thank you, John. Mr. Frescobaldi, Signor, is this product something that people both in Italy and America use?
Yes.
Is it something that I might use?
Yes.
If I used it, would it make me happier or better?
Yes.
It would. Now, if I used it, would I touch myself with this product? Would I apply it to myself in any way? Or put it on me?
Put it on you? I don't think so. 1 down and 9 to go, Mr. Cerf.
Mr. Frescobaldi, if I used the product, would people be aware of the fact that I was using it?
I would think so.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Would that be because it has a certain fragrance? Would people be able to smell this product?
Yes.
They would.
Well, I'd say it's very hard to answer, Bennett. Under some circumstances, it might be ascertained as a matter, But I wouldn't emphasize it too much.
Is this a product that is for which Italy in general and Florence in particular has some reputation?
Yes.
Would it be something that had any leather in it?
We hope not. 2 down and 8 to go, Miss Francis.
This product, would I order it ever in a restaurant?
Yes.
Would I order it as a course in a restaurant?
Not as a course, but I think you're very close. Unfortunately, we're running out of time, so that I'll throw all the cards over.
Well, no, pizza would be a course.
No, how about Frescobaldi Chianti?
Oh, Chianti!
One of the oldest families in Italy, one of the oldest wines, a very good Chianti wine. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. By the way, Mr. Frescobaldi is a Marchesa, and I have used up all the time. With the panel's permission, I will say good night for all.
And thank you for being with us on What's My Line?
What's My Line is a CBS television network production in association with Mark Goodson and Bill Todman. Johnny Olson speaking.